Hello, amazing teachers. Jay Fullmer here. In your class, is everybody participating? Is everyone involved in fulfilling their role in gospel learning? So here we are at Helaman 14. Notice right here, it says to encourage each student to contribute to the learning experience. And then it talks about ways we can do it. Provide multiple ways for students to participate in class. And then it gives some examples. It could include drawing or writing on the board, explaining, so forth, testifying. But then there's a second part to how we can encourage each student to contribute. Recognize students' efforts and encourage everyone to support the contributions of their peers. So let's take a look at two ways that we can encourage each student to contribute. One of the ways that we can do that, we will discuss, and also how we can recognize students' efforts. Within our lesson manuals, there are plenty of times when we see the word invite. Invite each group, invite them to present, invite a class discussion. So we're going to invite students at the very beginning of the lesson. First, let's prepare the students. Think of events in your life that are so important that you will announce them to friends and family ahead of time. In many cultures, and then it goes on to talk about how we'll send announcements in advance. Okay, so now you've set the stage. You've prepared the students to think about events that you would want to announce ahead of time. Now here's the question. What are some reasons people would send these announcements before the day of the event? Now we're going to invite students to respond. Sarah, what do you think? Then Sarah might have an answer, and then we're going to validate her response. Great insight, thank you. John, what about you? Another invitation. With our next question, we haven't really prepared students to think about it, so we might give them a little time. What are some events that Heavenly Father has chosen to announce beforehand through His prophets? Give students a chance to think. If students answer, great. If not, invite students to answer. Megan, what do you think? David, do you have a thought? If they don't, that's okay. But if they share some ideas, make sure to positively validate their response and help them to understand that their insight is meaningful and that you're grateful for their contribution in class. Other activities in the lesson will also help prepare students to be invited to participate. For example, read and look for reasons God commanded Samuel to prophesy of these signs. As students do that, they will be prepared to answer questions later in the lesson. Try it out and see if this isn't one way that you can encourage each student to contribute to the learning experience. To review, prepare for the question. Ask the question. Invite students to respond by name, giving them a little time to think if they need it. And validate the response. As you do this, students will be more and more willing to share their thoughts.